Okay, what we have here is a Dewalt 24,000 wet saw that now cuts perfectly straight, as you can see. Bad boy's pretty much right on now. So, if your blade's cutting just a little bit out of whack, what you could do is take these screws here, 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 and back there. Loosen them up. They're a T25, and just back them up just a little bit so that the bar is loose a little bit. And then you come around to the side over here, and right there's another T25. Before you touch that, I would recommend drawing a little line right here, actually right here. That way you'll be able to see if it goes in or out, you know. And then what I did was I used my my impact on this just to bring it in and out quick so that you can figure it out. Now, in doing that, it'll move the bar a little bit, and then you just keep testing it with the square. Once you get it nice and square, clamp these all down, boom, 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 you're good. Now, if you have problems with the cart wobbling at the end, mine's nice and tight right now, what you can do is take this off of here. Okay. This right here, you can rip this off. Hang on. Okay, take that off. I'm going to take the cart right off now. Boom, hold on. Okay, cart's off, flipped over right here. Grab yourself a square and see how these rollers are. Okay. Okay, so you can see, boom, boom, boom. All three rollers are touching nicely. Boom, boom, boom. So that's okay. Most of the time, if it's wobbling, this middle one right here usually gets out of whack or whatever. So when it rolls through, it jerks off to the side a little bit and causes it to wobble. Okay. Now, another thing that you can do too is take your T25s and loosen this one, this one, this one, and this one. Just a little bit. And then right here, yeah, I broke my T25 right off in that bastard. I had to cut a little slot in it. This just raises and lowers this bar, and that provides tension right here on your wheels. And that also seemed to keep it from wobbling around a little bit. Let me put the cart back on and I'll show you what I mean. Okay, so the cart's back on. Now, like I was saying, if you look at the top of the wheel right here, boom, it rides right on this thing here. See that how that's turning? That should turn. And what that does is it prevents it from wobbling back and forth a little bit because it keeps the whole saw nice and tight. As that wheel comes off, now it's held in place by this wheel and this wheel. If that's nice and snug, it doesn't let it slide back and forth. And then it goes through, and then the back wheel back there comes off. And we're still nice and snug now. You know, I can't even wiggle that. So, and then obviously make sure that you tighten this, you know, these back up here. These, they don't get tight. That's just strictly adjusting there and at the far end, way back there. And I use my impact with a T25 bit. I snapped off a couple of screws. They get kind of, you know, locked in there with thin set and gunk. I got to replace them. Same thing with these. These are T25s, your rail adjustment bolts. I'm going to have to order a few new ones because they got stripped out pretty quick. If you actually do what I did, I took this bar right off, and then you're able to get your bit right down in there. Because the way that it sits, if this is a T25 bit, you put it down in there. I don't know if you can see or not, but it's kind of crooked like that, and I kind of stripped it out a little bit. But like I said, I was able to grind some slots in it, take them right out with a screwdriver. But not how you want to roll usually. But This bitch cuts nice and square now. You know, that's 3-year-old saw, cuts great. Hopefully that helped.